earlier we looked at a way of computing the number of prime numbers from say 1 to 120 by using the principle of inclusion and exclusion. So, this basic idea is something that goes back a very long time to the Greek mathematician Eratosthenes, and his idea was the following: in order to find out which are the prime numbers, you begin by just writing all the natural numbers one after the other, okay, and we of course know that 1 is not prime or composite. So, we ignore the 1 for the moment. Now 2 is the very first surviving number after the 1, that is a prime. Now 2 is a prime, and we know that multiples of 2 can therefore not be prime, right. So, what we can do is, having figured out that 2 is a prime, we delete all its multiples from this list, okay, and that is sort of what we were doing when we were trying to do the inclusion exclusion principle. We were, when we looked at the even numbers, we said okay, let us first get rid of the even numbers. Now we look at the list at this point, we notice the next surviving number, which is a 3, that is also a prime. Now having obtained the next prime, we also delete all multiples of 3 next. So 3, 6, but 6 has already been deleted, does not matter, 9, 12, 15, 18 and so on. So we keep deleting multiples of 3. So let us see, 18 goes next, 21, 24 and so on, and now again we are left with the next prime number, which is a 5. Having obtained 5, we delete all its multiples. So 10 goes away, 15 goes away, 20 goes away. I mean 20 would have actually gone away even when I did the 2 actually, and then 25 goes away and so on, and what is left next is 7, and that 7 is a prime and so on. So it is a successive process of removing multiples of all the previous numbers and then looking at the list again, and the first surviving number must again be a prime number. Now observe in this process what actually happens is, often you are deleting the same multiple more than once. So for instance, we did that here. See the number 10, when we are trying to do this sieve of Eratosthenes, it got deleted once when we were deleting multiples of 2, and it got deleted again when we were doing multiples of 5. Likewise, if you take the number 30, once you go as far as 30, so let us say I have 30. So observe, 30 would have gotten deleted once when I was deleting multiples of 2, then it would have gotten deleted again when I take multiples of 3, and once more when I delete multiples of 5. Okay. So this is sort of what it means. 30 is actually in A intersection B intersection C, where A is multiples of 2, B is multiples of 3 and C is multiples of 5, for example, or in our earlier example of 3, 5, 7 and so on. If you go all the way down to 105, for example, 105 is a multiple of 3, it is a multiple of 5, it is a multiple of 7. So it actually belongs to the intersection of all 3. Okay, so that is sort of what the sieve actually does something simple. The main objective of the sieve itself is to tell us what the prime numbers are, but this basic idea of the sieve together with the inclusion exclusion principle also allows us to make some quantitative estimates. It tells us how many prime numbers there exactly are between 1 and any number. Okay, you can just use this very same sieve idea, and or equivalently the principle of inclusion exclusion, and that is exactly what we did for n equals 120. Okay, so here is a problem for you to think about. Find the number of prime numbers between 1 and the next. So I went to 121, which is 120, which is just 1 less than 11 square. So I want to now go to 143. Okay, find out how many prime numbers there are between 1 and 143. Okay. So, try this sort of using the same kind of idea that we already used.